Ross Trachtenberg here with Figured Out Baseball. I'm the head coach here at Rosemont College in southeastern Pennsylvania. And as part of our Coach the Coach segment of Figured Out Baseball, I want to share with you our game time routine. Again, what we're going to do on a game day, whether we're at home, away, or at a neutral site. Sometimes we're playing in tournaments where our game times might shift. We do have to deal with changing weather or even darkness. So my suggestion as a coach is to build out your routine from game time back, but again, always be able to adjust as needed. Think about the things that need to be included. Generally, it's a stretching time, a throwing time, a hitting time, and a fielding time, excluding our pitcher and catcher getting loose. Don't be afraid to break up your groups as well, your team as well. You can have some players hitting in the cage or with wiffle balls in the outfield while other players are doing their throwing routines. It's okay to do this, especially if you have limited cage space. My suggestion is, rather than having 10 players at the cage hitting for half an hour, only put in 5 or even 3 at a time and have the other players throwing while those players hit for maybe 10 of the 30 minutes. Try and make the most out of whatever time you're given. I think it's important to practice your routine. So when you get to practice and you begin practice at a certain time, give the team 10 minutes to stretch, 15 minutes to throw, go directly into infield, outfield. If that's the routine you're going to do on game day, go right ahead and run that routine on a practice day so that your players get the feel for what is happening. I think it's really important to share this information with your team. You can do this by posting it up in the dugout with times. You can obviously send it out electronically to the team ahead of time as well, so that when you say group 1's in to hit, those hitters that are in group 1 know who they are rather than you assigning it later in the day. I think it's also important as we do our infield outfield routine that we keep it to some level consistent. So again, our players know what is happening and we can keep it in a time frame. Those are some important aspects to having a pre-game routine. For our pitchers, we want to know our starting pitchers well and what their routine is as well. Do they need an hour to get loose or only 15 minutes? Again, depending on the pitcher. We want to make sure our catcher's available for our pitcher, so having that catcher stretch and hit prior to the start of that pitcher's routine is important so that they can work together to get loose in the bullpen. I think the last piece in terms of that game day routine is being able to be flexible. Communicate with your team as there are changes, again, with game time being adjusted. And again, post that information for your team, share it verbally with your team. The idea is that you don't want to be rushed as a coach, and you don't want your players to feel rushed either. And proper planning can avoid that. Again, I'm Ross Trachtenberg here with Figured Out Baseball, reporting to you from Rosemont College.